What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the upcoming week, the final week in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. I want to talk about some of the stuff that we should expect to see this week, kind of go over my thoughts and where this thing is going. I can't believe, well, actually, I can. I can believe that we're finally here. Man, it's been something. This trial has been insane in so many ways. It's been grueling. It's been, it's taken a lot out of me the last couple of weeks, I would say. Specifically, some of these video deposition days have just been absolutely killer. But I've tried. I've made kind of the pledge to myself that I'm gonna watch the whole thing. You have the right to your opinion no matter what. But I mean, if you're watching it and you're seeing all the evidence and not evidence, right? All this stuff. I mean, you are more in the know than anybody else who thinks they have an opinion on Twitter, which again they do, but if they're not watching it, I mean, like you're seeing everything. So that's been the last couple weeks. Now, what to expect from this week? All right, well, one thing I want to talk about is the lack of time from Amber's side. That's one thing I really want to hammer. I noticed this a few weeks ago when I think Amber I think it was the week of the break, right before the break. Amber was up, and they said the times, and they said I think it was 26 hours that Johnny's side have left versus 24 for Amber's. And again, that was before they had to finish like Amber's whole thing on the Monday and then do, like a redirect and then do Amber's entire side, right? So now the time is 18-8. 18 for Johnny, 8 for Amber. 18-8. And Amber really's got nothing left, right? We've talked about, I don't want to, I'm trying to resist recapping so much as like talking about the future, but Amber has wasted so much time, specifically on this past Thursday, on witnesses that actually hurt her, help him, and not only does that happen in terms of what they're saying, but also the time, you're draining time that Johnny's side is not even really using on any of these people. You're using it. So she has 8 hours left. He has 18. Now that 8 hours, I'm pretty sure counts the rebuttal. So, like, if Johnny's side brings up Dr. Curry, right, and Amber's side wants to come up there to try to destroy her again, as in destroy her, like, because they need to go up there and do it, which they won't be able to. But say they want to, like, okay, well, we have to do something to make this person seem horrible. So, but that counts. So if they waste, here's the thing. The court, I think, is in session for like 6.5 or 7 hours each day. Amber's still going, so she's going to use at least 3.5 to 4 hours on tomorrow, okay? So she'll have 4 hours left after Monday going into Tuesday, and that's if it's very even. That's if for every minute she uses, Johnny's side uses, and Wednesday, Thursday was not like that. Wednesday, Thursday, most of the time used was on her side and not on, you know what I mean? Like, at this point, Johnny Depp has an entire day and a half on her in terms of when she has to stop, and again, like, she has to rest at some point, and then his side has to try to get her side to drop the case, or the judge to drop the case, and then you go into the rebuttal. So she's running out of time quickly. I don't even know. There were the rumors of her calling up Johnny Depp, but that hasn't been talked about since the first rumor. So I don't know if any of you guys have seen the rumors out there. I haven't seen anything since that first initial wave of Ellen Barkin and all those people, Whitney. Once they had that list, and then they had Johnny Depp on that list. After that, I haven't seen it anywhere else, or like afterwards. So I don't know. I mean, if they're going to do it, I think it should be tomorrow. Call him. There's no good way that goes to call him up when you're her. It's only going to result in bad things for you. But if you're going to do it, you might as well start the fireworks on Monday, right? So call him up, waste a couple of your hours. And here's the thing, too. If they intend to call him up, he talks slow. Even though, yes, they will try to cut him off, right? They're not going to let him talk, specifically now because they're running out of time. But he also does answer because of his talking style. He talks slow. So, like, you're going to waste even more time if you're her side, mainly because he takes a while to answer things. Even if he actually is answering the question and they don't cut him off, he'll still take a while. Maybe he'll even be coached, hey, try to take as much time as humanly possible because they don't have any time left anyway, so just take the rest from them. So, again, in terms of what could really happen here, I don't know how many people she has left, but she really obviously she's got these like 11, 15-minute depositions. Here's the issue. A lot of those ones suck. A lot of those ones don't do anything to the jury from what we've heard, right? Like an Ellen Barkin, 11-minute deposition. Yes, it's short, so really doesn't take up too much of her time. She could have 6 witnesses that is that length and take up an hour. So 6 different people to bring up their stories and only take up an hour. That's good, but the issue is none of these people actually do anything. These people don't know him. These people are people that he fired, like former business associates, right? As I've said, the people she has that's the biggest people to the lore, her lore, is already done. Her, Io, Rocky, Whitney. Those are like, and Josh Drew. Those are the 5, the main 5. And after those 5, the rest are kind of pathetic. And I think it's because they really wanted those 5 to carry it. And I don't think any of them, specifically Amber, actually heard it. None of them carried it, right? So I don't know how many people you would do. And if you're going to do Johnny, he's going to take a couple hours. He's at least 1 hour of Amber's side. I can't imagine it's even that short, though. In fact, if you're her and you're almost out of other witnesses you can call up, why not just get him up there 2-3 hours? I mean, again, it's going to hurt you, but they don't seem to be able to think rationally, so maybe they'll do it anyway, right? So you're going to have that. I don't know. I'd imagine they rest on Tuesday. I can't imagine it goes further than that because they're going to run factually. They will run out of time on Tuesday. Again, like you have 14, say, hours in between Monday, Tuesday. Even if you split that in half, every minute she uses is every minute he uses. That's 7 hours. She has 8. And she needs to save some of that for rebuttal. So she can't use all of it. Ideally, you probably would want to save at least, and I don't know, I mean, I'm not a lawyer. This is the first time I've ever seen a rebuttal or even seen anything like this leading into one. So, like, I don't know how much time you should, like, save for yourself, but I think she should have at least half that time. So maybe you want, like, 4 hours in your back pocket for the rebuttal. I mean, Johnny's side, again, is going to have probably, like, 14, 15, like, almost triple the amount of hours that you have. So I don't see how it goes well. So you have all that. You have the rebuttal, and let's talk about that real fast, right? The Curry one is going to be great because you can get her back up there. You can say, hey, has anything changed about your opinions? Because you can do that as an expert. Has anything changed? You've witnessed a lot of this trial. Would you change any of your opinions on Amber? And she can lean so far and say, hey, you notice how she couldn't cry? You notice how she almost seemed to switch personalities? Remember I said that during my test? Like, she can say, obviously not exactly like that, but she can do a lot of that, and that's going to look so bad. And then, of course, she can go after her person and say, oh, yeah, she attacked my work. Let's go into her work a little bit. Let's talk about how biased of a person she is. Let's talk about how someone who does their work so well leaves blanks, leaves open in the forums, in bold, where it says you should answer, she leaves them blank. Let's look at how, when Amber talked about, like, the life-threatening things, she took her on her word, and she actually didn't take any notes or ask for any examples of what she meant, and yet for all the other ones, she did take examples, but for the biggest one, the one that's going to make headlines and stuff, she didn't ask for any examples. So let's talk about those things, right? And I think that kills it. That crushes it. That's really all you need her to do. So you have her. Now, I want to talk about Jennifer Howell because she, I believe from Court TV, is confirmed. She's going to be testifying. She's going to be testifying on Johnny Depp's side. So this is the girl, for those that don't know, this is the girl that kills Whitney's story. Whitney, for those, again, in the know, Whitney is kind of like tragic in terms of, and you could kind of see it, I think, in Johnny Depp's eyes. This is a person in Whitney Heard that is, I believe, a victim of Amber. Like, she, throughout her entire life, has been a victim of Amber. She's been publicly hit by Amber. Other people have said it. There's videos. So, like, there's a lot of stuff. And this is a person that Johnny kind of went to bat for and almost took her on as a sister, right? And I think they really did like each other. And Whitney sits up there and lies directly in front of him, which is almost, like, more painful, I think, than when Amber does it. And it's specific, again, because you could kind of see it in Johnny's eyes where it's like, obviously he doesn't look at Amber, but he did look at Whitney, and he just looks so disappointed in her, where it's like, I can't believe, like, you, again, like, you know what it's like, and also you know what I went through, and yet you have the guts to sit up there and revise, you know what I mean? So it sucks. I mean, I think that's also a horrible person if you're Whitney, but this Jennifer Howell is the antidote, right? She's the one that can come in because she is the one that had communications with. And now, it could be hearsay, but also, I'm sure there's ways you can get it in, and I'm sure she's being coached. I'm sure they will figure out a way to get it in. Whitney told her the whole thing was fake. So that staircase story of almost kicking her down the stairs and all that stuff, which, by the way, has been revised because what Amber said, it didn't. When Johnny threw like the Red Bull thing, it didn't hit the doctor, but then Whitney said it did, and sometimes there were punches being thrown, sometimes there weren't. As I've said, the stories with Whitney, Rocky, Io, all these people, they actually hurt because they all contradict each other, and they contradict Amber, which makes it look even worse because like Amber should be the standard that everybody else's stories line up to. If they don't line up to Amber's and they're each their own, then either they're telling the truth and Amber's lying, or they're all lying. That's the actual one. I mean, sure, there's a couple other options, but do you know what I mean? But Jennifer is the one that they brought up when they were talking to Whitney. They brought her up. They talked about chosen sister, I think was the phrase, right? She's your chosen sister. So they already kind of laid the foundation for that. So this is the person that was very, very close to Whitney and lived with her, I believe. They were living together, and Whitney came home and told her the whole thing was fake. She didn't tell her the whole thing was fake. She told her the actual story, which was Amber was trying to attack Johnny, and Whitney stopped Amber. And so there's a negation story that's literally the exact opposite that Whitney told to Jennifer. There also, I believe, is a letter after this stuff started coming out where Whitney did just lie and changed her story, where Whitney admits to Jennifer that she's making the whole thing up. So there's kind of two different parts to it. They just need one. In my opinion, you just need one. You need her best friend, really, her sister, in a way, her I don't even know what you want to call her spiritual sister, right? You need this girl to come up there and say, yeah, she told me that it was actually this is the story. And then, if you can get that in, then it's up to the jury to decide, okay, so Amber's story seemed crazy, and we also don't really trust her. Whitney's story, yes, it's a second person, but also her story was different than Amber's, so it's a little odd why their stories don't exactly match because they should. And now we're having a conflicting person to come in and saying, yeah, her story, she literally told me an opposite story. So now there's even more confusion. Again, if you're the jury, just throw it out. Just say, okay, well, they're all lying. All of them are liars. Just trust Johnny's side, because at least his side has been consistent. Nobody has come out besides Amber and besides her people that have said his side is wrong. You know what I mean? So at that point, what are you going to do? So that's what this week is going to be, guys. And then Friday, of course, is closing arguments. So from what I know, and again, I'm watching this literally as a 25-year-old who's never watched a court case like this before in his life, or really many court cases at all. And I don't know the rules. I think a lot of other people are like that. So I'm just saying kind of my opinion versus, or also with what I've kind of seen or what other people have said out loud. So it seems like closing arguments are Friday. They should take a couple time. I don't think matters. So, like if they run out of time, they have it doesn't count towards the closing argument. So you have the closing argument. Both sides go. They do the closing argument. The jury goes back and they start to just talk. And remember, it needs to be unanimous. It needs to be all 7, one way or the other. The thing is to remember, I think they can reach like nobody agrees, but I don't think that that's very rare or it's impossible, one of the two. So really it's going to be all 7 agree with him or all 7 agree with her. That's boiled down. That's what it is. All 7 agree with him. All 7 agree with her. Now remember, there's agreeing with him and awarding him the $50 million, but there's also agreeing with him and awarding him, I believe, $1. I believe there's like the legal thing where they can agree with you, but basically not find that the money, the $50 million versus $100 million, kind of just throw that all out and say you get $1. And but that's still like presented in the way that you won. So you won, you beat her, and you get $1, and that's you know what I mean, and go home now, right? So like that's how it kind of works. So they go back, and they could come back Friday, they can come back Saturday. So I think I was wrong. I'm pretty sure I was wrong. It's not like they take a break. It's not like there's like a 3-4 day break. What I believe from what I've seen happen, and you guys can of course let me know if you know more than me, which I'm sure some of you do. So they go back, they deliberate. They can come back Friday in the afternoon. They can come back Friday later, or they can come back Saturday afternoon, and you just keep going. So it's not like you have to wait until Tuesday, like the day after Memorial Day. It's the decision is coming back Friday or it's coming back Saturday. Hopeful. Now, I would imagine, again, just as a bystander kind of watching this, that if he wins, it's probably a quick decision. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be back there for 20 minutes and they're going to come out. There's no way. But, like, to take, like, a day, 2 days, 3 days, that seems kind of sketchy to me, where it's like, I mean, I feel like we all kind of have like a jump reaction, like, oh, okay, let's give it to this person. I don't know if you have to take a certain amount of time, or like the judge is kind of like watching over you. So I don't know exactly how it works, but I don't know. I don't think it should take all that long, in my opinion. I think if it takes a long time, I feel like that hurts him. If it doesn't take a long time, I think that helps him, right? So if they come out like 3 hours later, I would say, oh, I think it's looking good. If they come out 38 hours later, it's like, ooh, all right. Well, they obviously needed to talk about it, which means they needed to look at evidence. So were they sketchy about some of his stuff? Were they sketchy about the defamation, the legal meaning of defamation, right? What was the thing that could be bad for him? So we'll see how it goes. Now, final thing in terms of the preview of what I'm going to be doing: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, most likely all 4 days, video recaps. Okay, at the end of the day, we'll do a recap on whatever we see. Friday, because they're doing closing arguments, I'm sure I'll make a video directly after closing arguments. I want a live stream. I want a live stream when the verdict comes in or directly after. I definitely want to get my reaction to it, so we'll see how that all goes. But I fully intend, whenever a verdict comes in, win or lose, I want a live stream, immediately after and talk about it live. So that's kind of my plan for Friday or Saturday. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so when all these videos pop up on your feeds, even though most times YouTube doesn't show it. But thank you so much. Your support has been insane. I truly appreciate it. A lot of you guys tend to like my style. I know it's different. I know it's not maybe the greatest, I think, compared to a lot of other people that do it. But, this is kind of the way I do it in terms of kind of like off the cuff. Again, I'm just a guy. I'm just a person watching this, so I don't have like the legal background. But you guys tend to like, I guess, how I present, my recap review. So it's going to get more fiery, at the end of the week and when that live stream happens. So hopefully I can see you guys on the live stream, where hopefully we're celebrating. Hopefully we're not flipping out and I have to throw a table or something insane. Hopefully it's nice and relaxed. And then I'm going to watch all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies. So that should be fun. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.